Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Daily Bone podcast, where we talk about all things crypto market. That includes the majors like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, meme coins, and of course, NFTs. Today, we're going to talk about the crypto market dump caused by Clemente and our outlook on where the market may be heading. We're going to get two major Solana cooks over the last 24 hours. And we're going to talk about all the latest from the meme coin and AI trenches. Clemente, back from the cruise, and we're trying to send you on another cruise. I don't know if anyone's been paying attention to crypto Twitter, but we're raising funds to send Clemente on this 270-day cruise to help rebound these crypto markets. Clemente, how you feeling? Are you ready?
I got 20K on it if you go.
I actually hate that people are like, "Hey, I'm down to contribute like $1,000 to send him."
Oh, I'm not even joking. I'd put 20 bands up for you to go.
That would be 270 days is so long.
Not long enough, to be honest.
So funny. You'd be gone basically like almost a full calendar year, just living on a boat.
Yeah, just
like you ever see Sweet Life of Zach and Cody?
Yeah,
That's basically what it'd be.
No, that's not worth it.
Bro,
right?
The room you'd get is sick though.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, I'm very interested in that. No, Ray, I'm doing fantastic. Got a little workout in this morning. There was a jacked man working out in his underwear, which was enjoyable.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
You work out in your like building or your complex, or do you have like a different gym you go to?
No, in my complex. So I
Nice.
went down there, dude. Just cranked out a little rowing session in there. Just doing my thing. Saw the Bob Dylan movie last night, which was good. I think Timothy Chalamet is going to win an Oscar for that one.
Really?
And I spent $17,000 on an NFT.
Oh shit! Let's go.
You got a
Let's
mad lad.
go.
Did you get the offer or did you just ape it?
I got the offer hit.
We'll talk more about that in a second, but first we're going to throw over one of our favorite partners. This show's brought to you in partnership with Pizza Pets. Pizza Pets, number one
collectible in your pocket.
Tons of news.
You only have 4 left.
I've got 2 left, actually. I'm down to 2. They're both adults now. We're in the adult phase. We've been absolutely crushing it. A lot of news coming out.
No, you haven't. You've murdered 12 of these fucking things.
All right, this is on you. You kept telling me to put DMT, juice them up with DMT, more DMT, give them DMT. Yeah,
if you're smart, you'll rip DMT for these 2 right now.
Absolutely not. Coward. I refuse. It's like a 2% chance to go to the next stage. Not doing it. These pets have to live the whole time. I'm taking care of them. We're in the clear now. So some news on the Pizza Pets front. You see this little green pineapple. We'll zoom in. This little green pineapple icon. I'll zoom out a little bit. Sorry. Having some.
I don't even see a green pineapple. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, a little green pineapple. The green pineapple was acquired and is now like being detonated. So if you have a pizza pet, make sure you check its weakness over the next, I believe, 1 or 2 hours, depending on how quickly blocks resolve. It's going to actually go off, and any pet that is weak to green pineapples will be killed. This little fire guy here is weak. I gave him lotion. You can see the little lotion icon. I gave him some lotion, so he is now safe from the green pineapple. I do have some more daycare to do this morning. We're going to do like a little quick transaction here because my other pet shit himself. So you can see here, he's got a little poop. So I gotta send him to the shower and clean that up, or he's going to start losing hearts at a faster rate. In addition to the green pineapple going off, we also have some really interesting news around the last pineapple, red pineapple. So this one was acquired. It was a seed phrase contest, essentially. So what happened here was there was different clues. I don't know if anyone remembers the initial inscription mini game that kicked off this whole Pizza Pets game, but essentially there was an inscription on the blockchain with Ralph in his little moon spot where he like had all these clues to a potential seed phrase. Somebody found this seed phrase and finally like unlocked it. And inside of that wallet was the red pineapple, which is the last pineapple available. This one blows up any pet that has a weakness to red pineapples. Looking at the pinned tweet right now, you can check out how they solved it. All kinds of like different like diving into blockchain, looking at pyramids, looking at GitHubs, all these different steps were needed, and eventually solve the 24-word seed phrase, acquired the pineapple, and now have that to potentially deploy killing more pets. So tons of cool stuff going on with the Pizza Pets ecosystem. I still have 2 pets left. These guys are going to stay alive for the long haul. I believe another 13 days, and they will be immortal, and my daycare duties will be relieved. Love Pizza Pets. Love the game. Love to keep playing. Really excited to share what's going on. If you do have Pizza Pets, share them in the comments. Let's see some of the Pizza Pets people have left on Twitter, and let me know what you guys think of it. Back to the show, though.
So, Ray, real quick. So the goal is to just get these things to last. You're playing Survivor, basically. You're trying to last as long as possible.
Yeah, so once you become immortal, they no longer lose hearts. They no longer can be blown up by these pineapples. So essentially, you don't have to do any more work with these. And then it's like the game is essentially going to be going on like forever. The way that works is there's breeding. So if somebody holds one of each type of pizza pet, there's 11, I believe. If you hold one of each type, it unlocks breeding, where every so often you can then create a new baby pizza pet. So it's sort of this on-chain game on Bitcoin that's ever going. Like people are calling it like Axie Infinity of Bitcoin, essentially. Like it's going to be just like a never-ending game where people are trying to acquire these, and it becomes harder and harder to like acquire these as the price of Bitcoin and fees like go up. So it'll be a collection that has already been deflated from 50 some K to 17K. And then there'll be like a small breeding mechanic, which is gonna be very hard to achieve.
So the banging has not been allowed yet. It's not an unlocked feature.
Not yet.
Okay, got it. Well, just let me know when that happens. So I'll be watching.
You'll be watching. Let me know when that happens, because I'll be watching. Is a crazy response. P.O. Kicks, welcome to the show. How you feeling today, P.O.? I see you got that coffee. You waking up?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm responding to Beanie right now. This guy just comes out with the most random shit when it comes to Bitcoin. He knows a lot about NFTs. He knows a ton about NFTs, but he just posted a clip of Pomp saying that Bitcoin is the new S&P 500. He's like, this is utterly ridiculous. And I'm just like, dude, like, what the fuck do you think it is? Like, literally, what do you think it is, dude? So I'm like about to lay this response. Look at his response to mine. He basically was like, I got nothing for you. I got no response. He goes, for crypto, but that's still a relatively tiny part of the world. I don't know what Bitcoin's just a commodity. Anyone, the whole world can buy it. So I actually don't know what it means. And Bitcoin's not crypto, so I don't know what he's talking about. Then he said, and as Bitcoin crashes, it will be replayed over and over, like last cycle Pomp clips, where he's telling people that the safest place to put their money was in BlockFi and FTX. That has nothing to do with Bitcoin being the S&P 500. Like BlockFi and FTX has nothing to do with this. So I'm just like basically torching him. And I'm also saving these takes about Bitcoin. And there was some other thing he was tweeting about that was completely out. Oh, about Michael Saylor, MicroStrategy, and putting them in a specific folder. And those will be replayed over and over the next decade or two. Yeah.
I'm here for the war arc for PO versus Beanie. MicroStrategy and
knows
Bitcoin.
A lot about NFTs. And like he knows a lot about like crypto. I'm not seeing a whole lot of wealth of knowledge when it comes to Bitcoin. I don't know, but he definitely knows about NFTs and crypto for sure. I'll give him that.
Yeah, definitely. Kicks, welcome to the show. How you doing today? A little surprise appearance. I love that you've been popping on more often. This is it's been a real treat.
Surprise appearance is a fucking Wednesday, dude.
Oh shit, it is a Wednesday. I thought today was Tuesday for some reason. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's been a weird week for sure.
I asked him who was gonna be on, and he was like, "I think it's just you, me, and Clem." And I was like, "Oh, nice."
Yeah,
nice.
My brain was Tuesday.
Kicks, Kicks. What are your thoughts on us sending Clemente on a 274-day cruise?
I'd miss the guy, dude. I'm sure he'd come back with just the best gritty in the world. It would just be undefeated.
But like, we got to think about our bags for this cycle. And like, when he was on the cruise, we hit market highs across the board. The second he returned, we're down on everything. So like, I've personally pinched about $20,000 of my own collateral to send him on this cruise. It's going to cost about $65,000.
That's gonna be a hell of a cruise. What are the rules? Like, can he not trade on the cruise? Like, is him being on
He has
land
to drop his
bearish?
cell phone. Yes, he has to drop his cell phone in the water day one.
Okay, so no like external. He can't be like sitting on Bolex on the cruise.
Nope.
I think it should be. I think he should be allowed to have a phone. I think he should not be allowed to have any kind of crypto apps or anything. And he just becomes like a travel blogger, and he just does travel blog style content the whole time. Because I would miss seeing him. on the timeline.
He has
Like,
access to a
anything
Google
related to-
Drive and a camera, and that's it.
No, I think first of all, I love that idea. I think it's funny, but I also love Clemente, and I think Clemente is eventually gonna find some sort of type of dance that is the pump dance. And it would have been a great idea to keep him on the cruise before everything dumped 15 to 45%, depending on what you're in. But we can't go back. So we got to get him we need to get him kind of like a hot South American dancing instructor that can work through like the history of dance, the different types of moves, and construct a new type of dance that can pump the markets.
I'm down to get classes from a South American dancing instructor.
But easy, if ETH goes below 2,900, we kidnap him old school style and throw him on the cruise. Like one of us will like get on the cruise, we'll put him in a suitcase, then we'll bribe like the staff to not let him leave, kind of thing.
Yeah, I like that.
As long as ETH is above 3,000, I think Clemente redemption arc.
If
Salsa
ETH drops
dancer.
under 3,000, screw the cruise. Let's just drop his body at sea.
Yeah, that works too. Just kind of like accidentally kick the suitcase over the side of the dock. Like,
Yeah, type deal. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so,
know how to swim. I can't go get him.
so that's why Po and Nick are heading down to Miami. Is hey, we're gonna do some content on this yacht, Clemente. We need you out here. We're just gonna go offshore real quick. It'll be fine. Maybe some deep sea fishing as well.
very down. Very down.
All right, we've got a lot to talk about today. Kicks. Want to take it away with the weather report here in a minute?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna be fucking a lot of just really fun stuff to talk about, on a day like today. So why don't we hop right into there? Today is Wednesday, January 8th. Looking at the majors, they crashed a little bit. Bitcoin below 96K. That's why you hear PO typing, because he's rage posting to Beanie. He likes to rage post on bearish days. It fuels him. It distracts him. Ethereum's at 3350. It's just going to stay there forever. Solana just below 200 at 197. The only top 100 coin in the green was the SPX meme coin, which is up 2% on the day. All your Murad haters, looks like you got cucked. You should have owned that and not your other coins. It's at a 1.3 billion market cap. Over the past 24 hours, over $700 million was liquidated amidst the crypto market crash. That's what you get for using leverage, you degenerates. The total crypto market cap fell 8% to $3.3 trillion. Not bad, about the size of Apple. Next up, it was good and bad news for the Solana ecosystem. Pump Fund transferred $20 million worth of Solana to Kraken to sell. Got to make that money. Got to make that money. Publicly traded company Sol Strategies announced a $25 million credit line that will be used to invest in the Solana ecosystem. Finally, Limit Break announced app tokens, programmable smart contract tokens focused on providing additional functionality for game developers. This comes after their ERC 721-C standard that allowed enforcement royalty at the contract level for NFTs. That's it for the weather report. Back to you in the studio.
Excellent weather report as always, folks. Sorry for some internet issues here. I'm having a little bit of issue. I guess maybe the snow is causing some troubles in my area. Limit Break stuff was interesting. I thought it was going to be a second Super Bowl commercial they were going to announce as their big announcement, but instead we have some big brain contract programmable NFT token that I don't understand yet, and I'm going to need somebody like Bread to break down in a very easy to digest way.
What was the name of that game? The game that the Super Bowl commercial was for?
Was it about like the DigiDaiku NFT
It was
collection?
DigiDaiku Dragons.
Is that what the game was called, like in the App Store?
I don't even know
There is
There's
no
no
brother.
game in the app. I don't think the game is live. There's
What are
no
you talking
game.
about a game?
So they wait. he gets really upset if you say anything. But I'm just wait. So the thing.
Hey, Clem, this guy thinks a game launched.
It was for a free NFT. It was mint this free NFT, and it was like a girl dancing with a dragon in the back, saying like,
Oh, it was this?
"Yeah, this one."
Looks
Yeah.
like they haven't revealed
never-
yet. Interesting.
It never hatched.
No.
No.
It never.
No. So I got one of these on Super Bowl Sunday.
Wait, and didn't it send you to his Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh, so they did hatch.
It looks like, yeah, some are revealed, some are unrevealed.
You probably just have
Well,
to
no, you
have-
manually reveal them.
Yeah, 0.04 ETH floor.
Wow. Well, look at that.
This
That's
shit don't even look like a
2
dragon,
years
dog.
ago?
Less than half have been revealed.
That's 2 years ago, right? 2 Super Bowls ago. It wasn't last year's Super Bowl. 2
Yeah,
Super.
2023, man. We're getting old, dude.
No. Jeez, 2 years.
Fuck.
DigiDaiku is up to 3.4 ETH, up almost 50% on 7-day.
How much didn't you raise like hundreds of millions of dollars?
Why are you asking these questions?
He had a big raise.
He's building.
Yeah, but it was from a paradigm. It's not like he did a free mint to the public. You know what I mean?
All the NFTs were $0.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing something. You know, they're at least contributing positive value via open source smart contracts. There's plenty of like Raid Party that just were straight hard rugs. But no one ever talked about them. People only talk about the people that are still in the space, right? We should probably do like once every 3 months. Like, where's the little 24-year-old shit that created Pixelmon? That little piece of shit from New Zealand. Where's that
Real quick,
at?
Ray, what's the best bridge from base to mainnet?
I just use it inside of Rabby. It does quotes there.
Side
Oh,
shift.
does it? Oh, bridge has it. Okay. Yeah, side shift's
You should
decent,
just use AI for that easy. Use Hey Anon.
We had some breaking news over the last 20 minutes.
World peace.
no, idiot.
One of our partners made an announcement. I didn't even see this coming.
Oh, nice.
Bubble Maps airdrop coming.
Whoa.
Yeah, they announced this as we started the show. Looks like there's going to be a reward program for active V2 users. Join the waitlist, earn points, and rank high for big rewards. I've been playing around with V2. V2 is nice. It is very, very nice. I think Easy has as well. If you thought Bubble Maps was cool before, it's getting better. And,
Yo, let's go. So we Bubble Maps. I mean, if there's anyone getting an airdrop, it's me. I checked the shit out of Bubble Maps.
Well, there's a leaderboard live, so you can view your points, track your invites, and see referrals. So I don't know how many referrals you have or how many points you earned by getting rugged, but you can check the leaderboard here. It looks like it's attached to their Twitter. I'll pin this to the space for the leaderboard so you can take a look to see if you've earned anything on Bubble Maps. But I just wanted to highlight that because I saw that as we started the show, and that surprised me. Bubble Maps token, it looks like, coming up, airdrop. So that's exciting. That's exciting. All right, so let's get into the meat of these things. Majors absolutely destroyed. We talked about Clemente's impact on that. Easy, where are we heading from here? What are the charts telling us? What can you see? What's the next level? Are we going down? Are we going up? Are we going sideways? What do I need to do with my money?
Sorry, Ray. I just swept 5 NFTs for 4 ETH.
Oh, 5 NFTs for 40.8 each. Did you get you bought some parallel avatars?
No, I bought 5 Jiran.
Ooh, Jiran. Interesting. I want to talk about
I
that.
haven't heard that in a while. Back in the anime meta.
They have Redacted coin launching, and I think that they're underpriced here.
Jiran. Cool.
Yeah, I think they're
I saw them
underpriced. Here.
run almost up to 1 ETH floor yesterday.
Great art.
Whale.swoosh announced that that's coming by the end of the month, so that's a short 3 weeks away.
Here's
exactly
what are they building?
Wait, what does it mean that Whale.swoosh is not even on the team?
I know.
and it's Wale.
Whale, yo, breaking news, guys. They paid him like 10 grand. Yo, breaking news. Woj bomb, whale bomb, token coming.
So what does their token do? What are they building?
I don't know.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's probably better.
It's redacted. Is this redacted airlines?
Yes.
Yeah, Redacted dropping soon, as well as like 3 other tokens.
Got it.
Yeah, I can't see where it is, but here you go. Breaking. Jiran RDAC TG to happen before end of month.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it.
Oh, I guess he clarified. Most likely in January, but definitely in Q1. No snapshots, 10% to community. Your recent live stream with co-founder Shan.
Got it. So it wasn't like a paid. It doesn't look like a paid show.
No, just reporting on a interview.
I'm sure the token will do something like, with the intersectional metaverse,
intersexual
AI.
All right, you got to find the Monica of today's show, right? I mean, Clemente.
far, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a rough show. Let's get it cooking. Let's get it cooking. All right. So,
Sorry, we're all over the place.
Look
Oh,
who's-
we're deploying capital again.
I was in there.
Oh, this audio's
Wrong mic.
cooked.
Wrong mic. Wrong
This
mic.
audio's
Wrong mic.
cooked.
Yes,
still
sir.
better than what was
This audio's so cooked.
still better than what was happening before. Let's go.
You're good.
There we go.
Ooh.
How you
Can
doing?
you hear me?
Yeah, we
We
got
Yeah,
it.
what's up, dude?
Buddy.
Well, what I'm listening to half the show is easy typing an essay over there.
Yeah.
Where
That's
the hell-
P.O. P.O.'s rage posting.
No, I'm muted. I'm good.
Okay.
Why not just put the mic on the keyboard?
No, he needs to get a new mic. I don't know why he uses that mic still.
It's gonna go right now. Holy shit. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Well, I was doing well until I was sitting in the waiting room for about 15 fucking minutes. No one would let me up, so I had to log in and let myself on.
No,
We
we
took him off.
legit
Don't
didn't
worry
see,
about it.
we legit didn't see you.
Well, it was just disrespectful.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
So what are you looking at, Nick? What are you looking at in the market?
Phew, man, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, the rejection yesterday, which I did bring up on the technicals.
Was
when
it
I
on a
the
date?
show, so kind of
What happened?
did mention that. Sorry.
Yeah, you got rejected on a date.
There's the deep state wants this show to be rough. So Nick, so you saw the rejection and it went back down. Then
Of
what did you?
Bitcoin.
Yes. What is that? Who made this?
This is a throwback.
That's a throwback.
Dude.
We're working on the choose rich Giphy, ladies and gentlemen. So it's gonna pop off. So Nick, do you think the rejection was because of Clemente's dance video?
Well, it's definitely a contributor, and he takes it as a joke that he's going to go and do those stupid freaking dances that ends up crashing the market 100% of the time.
So anyway, so Nick, you've taken more interest in AI because I think you've Clemente communicated a little bit easy too about the sort of intersection of software engineering and the kind of technical DD that you can do on these coins. Have you dove deeper into some of these AI coins?
Well, I did some research on the document. What is Kix doing?
I was counting the candles.
And what the fuck? Okay. So I was going through the documentation yesterday, specifically around the A16Z framework was the first one that I went with.
AI 16Z.
Yeah, AI 16Z, whatever the hell. And I went in there. It's an interesting.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it.
Don't say what?
You hate it.
I didn't even get close to even starting the thought. I literally just mentioned a name.
Continue,
and there was
Nick,
no
continue.
indicator.
Continue.
So first of all, it's an interesting framework. I think it's worthwhile going and experimenting with just to figure out how it functions. I'm not sure where I sit on some of these different things right now because the theory behind it is that this will become more efficient than we can. But I don't know that we've the quote, there's no like major breakthrough right now that I've seen like in terms of any of these particular frameworks. They're generally just chatbots. There's the one Griffin or Griffin AI.
Griffin.
Yes. So that one is quite, that one seems the most interesting in terms of development and built out. They're creating the consumer interface. AI 16Z, on the other hand, is just an SDK. And I think that it falls in, obviously, there was, what was the, the Choose Rich AI one was built on
Waifu,
That's
which is
another
built
one
on Eliza. They're basically just a wrapper.
Okay, so they created the front end. Really? Okay, I didn't realize that it was built on Eliza. Do all of the bots on that's where I had not figured out with the Eliza OS if it consumes the AI 16Z token or not.
I don't believe it does, but
It doesn't,
things
right?
like waifu. For
So
like
they have a
watch.
proposal in Q1 to create some more interesting tokenomics. But they're a DAO, so they'd have to vote on it.
So why does AI16Z, the token itself, make any sense right now?
I don't know. Why is a meme coin token worth billions of dollars? You know,
Well-
it's just the market. The market is kind of valuing it on its future potential and the excitement and energy around it.
I guess maybe let me reframe it. Like waifu was particularly interesting because it consumed the token that
Yeah.
was associated.
Token burn.
And
Yeah.
I think there's been a number of projects that seem to be focused on that. And then what
Yes.
you get to do is you get to speculate on the success of the
Yes.
underlying framework, product, whatever it is.
Yes.
Who's managing where who's on camera right now, by the way? I'm trying to figure out what's going on
Just
there
it
as
was
well.
that was for like 1 second that Kix was on camera while you're talking. It's a good conversation. Just keep going. And when we throw to Kix for his retort, nobody interrupt him. Go ahead, Nick.
So I think that like I love the idea of the consumption of these tokens for the utility. The thing that I'm doing, there's a few categories that I'm doing a dive into. A, what are the frameworks that are actually interesting? B, sorry, just hold on, Kix. One second on each, because I'm gonna give a whole thing, which is
I'm just saying. Yeah. Do you have autism?
I guess so. It's
Go ahead,
very
Nick.
loud in my headphones. Every like sentence I
Okay.
get out.
All right. I'll
yes.
bring it down a notch. My bad.
like on a cadence. I think maybe you have the autism, and that's how you respond to interact because you think humans operate that way. Anyways, there's a few different areas that I'm looking at, which is who are the people that are building in this space? What are the products that exist in this space? What is the tokenomics of each of these different offerings? I find it fascinating the ones through which a token is associated with the underlying product or framework. And I guess when I say products, it's broken into those twos. One is the development frameworks. The other one is the actual products that the consumer ends up interacting with, which is what Griffin or Griffin AI is the easier way to say it. But that is that's building the front end for that actual product, which I think is regardless, they're doing the best from what I can tell. And then there's things such as like behind all of these, I'm assuming is just OpenAI.
So like, for example, Eliza OS lets you hook in whatever LLM of your choice is. So since it's like open source, they're not like running an LLM for you. So you can hook into Claude, ChatGPT. You could use an open source LLM like Llama.
I like that.
But yeah, that's why Virtuals is priced higher than AI16Z, right? Because Virtuals has the value accrual to the Virtuals token. So that's why they're like 3 billion and AI16Z is like 1.8. But AI16Z had like a DAO meeting, and in Q1, they're like discussing launching their own agent deployer, which would be similar to Virtuals, and it would have like a value accrual mechanism to it. And that's why they went on that big run from 800 million up to like 2.4 billion, because then the market's like starting to like price in, okay, maybe there is going to be value accrual to the token. And that's what re-rated it up.
So I remember back when when platforms launch, you usually get a bunch of garbage in at the beginning, including the iPhone App Store, the Facebook platform, anything else that that ends up launching. And you have this phase where you end up looking at because the question right now would be, what are these agents? Why are any of these agents actually are any of them truly that interesting?
I think agents are interesting.
Okay. There's a few agents that have Griffin does trading. There's a few others that that have that sort of piece built in. That to me is the most interesting and relevant to the crypto space, is bots that can do the trading for you.
Yeah. Sorry.
But I'm still trying to figure out what the breakthrough agent is going to be, because I don't have any good examples of the one. I find that a lot of these are still limited to, like, if you've ever tried to hire a virtual assistant, like a human virtual assistant, you have the task of training them and figuring out the system and creating the SOP or whatever the heck it is. There's a system that I came across yesterday, which is not crypto specific, which is called
LangChain.
2 seconds. No, it's called Lindy.ai. And they're building specific agent use cases. So for example, they'll plug into Gmail, and then you can code it to essentially build the workflow associated with your Gmail. This has nothing to do with crypto, by the way. But what I think is interesting is this is demonstrable of the types of AI agents that are interesting. The guy who's behind this, who's like a huge, he runs a public company, Andrew Wilkinson, who always is on My First Million, and like he's a huge SaaS product.
He's getting into AI a lot lately on the timeline.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's behind this Lindy AI product, to be completely honest.
Probably.
Like, there wasn't a disclosure there, but I got the impression he was really promoting this product.
Undisclosed, illegal.
Okay. But well, there's no security associated with it in this case. Not even a token. Shocking.
FCC.
But the thing that I think is interesting is like whether or not, like, those use cases end up being the thing. Whoever builds the best agents is that's the product. That's the development ecosystem that we're looking for. But no one's aggregating really the agents themselves, although some of the products in the crypto space are specifically just agents, but most of them are all chatbots. But that's where all the innovation is going to be. Those are the apps. And so that's the thing that I'm trying to figure out. What are the breakthrough versions of that? I'm going to wrap in 2 seconds, which is Andrew Wilkinson did a demonstration of a version that he had, which was call and make reservations for me at a restaurant. That was like the example of something. So it would go and interact with somebody, and that was his agent that did that particular task. It's we run into this. I don't want to name names. We've run into this issue repeatedly where you get virtual assistants and you say, hey, go get me a dinner reservation for these 3 people and like figure it out. Like, you give no other criteria other than that. You always get like a random off the wall restaurant that's like, this is with humans. Like, you end up with a restaurant that's in like the wrong location. The person who manages to get you good reservations, you might as well be paying them a full-time salary at the price of like an engineer or something like that, because that's what's like required in order to get someone that's actually able to do the simplest fucking job, basically.
They got to know your location, your tastes, like what you want. No, totally. Your point's like very valid. I mean, what I would say, like, Griffane and Hey Anon, they're both like attacking the, like, our chatbot, our LLM will help streamline trading for you, right? But that's really DeFi more than it is an LLM, right? Like that's more like, oh, okay, you want to buy this coin, cool, we need a route through this bridge and then buy this coin, right? A lot of that logic is more it's more automated, like triggers, or it's more DeFi than it is LLM, right? Right now, at least. But that's the first layer and that's also what Wayfinder's doing, right? Is basically saying like, okay, we need to make like the DeFi infrastructure to make it seamless for bots to be able to go and like buy any coin anywhere, right? So you can go to Griffane right now and say, I want to buy 1 SOL of this contract address, right? And the bot will respond back to you and say, okay, I'm going to buy 1 SOL of this contract address, right? But like, that could just easily be an automated bot, right? It doesn't need the LLM framework for that to succeed right now, right?
So Wayfinder is the one that provides an interface for developers to do this?
No, the Wayfinder is like the prime, like the parallel team prompt. So they're doing the same thing as like Hanon. They're doing the same thing as Griffane, which is basically like an infrastructure that allows agents to just like buy anything, anywhere, move around chains, buy assets, sell assets, etc. Right? So like that's like the level 1 of the framework, right?
But
Where
it's
yeah.
not, I just wanted to ask one thing about that clarifying question, which is you're saying level 1 of the framework. It's not a framework. It's proprietary. It's locked in, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, so I think all of those that I mentioned are like closed source things, but I'm sure like AI 16Z will eventually come up with, like similar technology. But the point being is that's like level 1, and you can do that without an LLM, right? Like you could code that in theory, right? The LLM isn't thinking like crazy stuff to be like, I need to buy this coin. You could run that through an API. You could run that through Radium API. Buy this coin for 1 sol, right? But
It's just deducing the instruction or reducing the instruction to a programmatic level is all that the AI is doing.
Yeah, it's essentially not adding demonstrable value in that like level 1, right? But the idea is that level 2 or level 3 is that the AI or the LLM starts to get smarter over time, starts to learn off of data, starts to learn off of what you're telling it to do, right? And then in theory, it could get smarter over time. And then in theory, it could get to the level of autonomous trading, where you're literally like your LLM knows that you like to sell at a 2x for half your stack. So it's going to sell at a half a stack, right? Or for example, the LLM knows that every time you get easy texts you a contract, you like to buy 2 sol, and then like run it up, right? But that's the whole thing. Is a lot of that stuff, once again, it's automated trading. It's not essentially LLM. So like the dream that everyone is trying to sell to people is eventually you'll have these autonomous bots that will just trade for you. And maybe you ask it questions, or you improve it, or you change some of its rule sets, right? But that's kind of where people are saying that it's going to lead to.
I think it definitely will lead there. The question that I have is like none of these quote AI teams are actually the ones building the AI. They're building the wrapper around different models, whether it be OpenAI or any of the other frameworks. Sorry.
But eventually they could train an LLM that's like trained on specifically like trading data and the crypto markets, right? And start like customizing their own LLM that could be superior to a Claude because it's specifically traded on crypto data or training data. So that can all come. But like the point is you're right that like right now it's very much in an infancy stage, right? And then like what is the actual use case for LLM in this space, right? You have like informational LLMs, which is like AI XBT, right? And then you have kind of like automation LLMs, which is like Grafane, and it is what Anon is trying to do and what Wayfinder is trying to do. But they're trying to lead to this direction where you'd have like a fully autonomous trader for you. Then you get into like the real question, right? Which is like, do you have a fat protocol thesis, or do you have a fat user thesis? Meaning, do you think that every user has their own LLM that's trained on what they like to do and is automating all of these trades and automating all of this decision making on your behalf to try to make you money? Is that what you see the future is? Or is the real future that like an individual singular team or person builds the best LLM for trading out there, and then everybody just longs that underlying token, right? Like, do you see a fat user future, right, where there's tens of thousands of users all running their own LLMs, all automating trading? Or do you see like a kind of a centralized user, or a couple users, and everybody's just longing the underlying token?
It's all of them. Everyone's in a race to create the best algorithm. Theoretically, someone like each trader, including people on this show, like how many people would buy the Clemente trading bot? Not many. But versus the easy trading bot, maybe people would actually buy that. I think there's for example, in the AI 16Z, whatever that framework is called, whatever it's the female name. What's the
Eliza?
Eliza. In that framework, there's a character document that you can create, which essentially like outlines, how you want this person to behave and things like that. I think
Mhm.
it's the same way that there will be a similar framework for trading, which
Mhm.
will aggregate a lot of the behavior. But
Yeah.
you still need things to deduce the actual like history
Yeah.
of. Um,
It's
so
very
there's a lot of
complex once you get
misconceptions.
into it, because you basically realize that like the constraint is like the prompt, right? And you can't really jam in like everything that a trading bot needs to do into one fat prompt. So now you see people like AI16Z talking about basically like building like hierarchical decision making systems, right? So instead of thinking about like a trading agent with one fat prompt, in reality they have like 100 prompts in like a decision making tree, right? And then it's understanding and learning how to go through the tree to do all of these different specialized tasks as efficiently as possible.
I just want to shout out the commenters real quick to give them a quick update on things, because they want to know what the story is. The answer is it's not looking good. Okay, this is what you're dealing with. So when the chart goes down, you go back to the lab, you do a little bit of research, you cut your teeth. Maybe even in the trenches, there was some positive action, like the gaming token. I did buy a little bit of it, by the way, late in the game, but still up significantly.
Mhm.
What's the gaming token right now?
MLG.
MLG.
We saw
Yeah.
some other runners.
I
We saw
definitely
an
got it.
LLM go to 70 million yesterday that launched.
From 3 a.m. till right now, that token has moved from $0 to $70 million. Large language model. It's a very fat version of Elijah.
So good. So good.
Yeah. So now they're saying this will be the fart coin to AI16Z is the thesis.
my god.
Do we feel like this has it ran
No.
because it's funny?
Just
Yeah.
because it's funny, there's nothing else backing it. They're saying that this is just a meme to AI16Z. Personally, I passed on it. I saw Big Sea Dog is up about 100% on his one soul entry. Nice trade, Sea Dog.
Woo!
I
Gritty
like
that
that.
chart. Gritty that chart. Gritty that
While I'm
chart.
missing these,
Send it
Nick,
Can't gritty this chart.
Look at that.
it's red candling right now. Nick, I gotta send you the Solana AI hackathon that's going on right now, because a few of these projects have tokens, and they're very interesting stuff. Personally, I bought one of them this morning at like 8.5 mil. It's now sitting at 9.5 mil. But that's kind of where my focus is. These things have like working products, and I think basically if they get any placement in these hackathons, they'll gain market interest. And if you have a working product right now, your AI token's basically a guaranteed valuation at 20 mil minimum if your product just works.
Just because you've shown, like, I actually wonder
Your
about the relation-
docs team, product works, and there's a meme coin associated to it. The market's valuing you at a 20 mil market cap.
20 mil market cap, liquidity of how much? 200,000.
Like 250 to 400K, depending.
So old lady liquidity.
Yeah,
more
I
or
mean,
less.
I think like if you're looking at like macro and like how the macro is setting up, it definitely, I think it's primed for an alt season. Very realistic. You could see months of Bitcoin chop, and there's going to be a need for people to do something. So I definitely think the AI narrative can continue to run.
There's a need for people to do something.
Yeah.
What? Like,
What are you going to do if Bitcoin just chops till May? You know what I mean? You got to have something to do.
You got to do something. No question. You know, so we need something.
what are they going to do? Like, they need to trade.
Yeah, they need something to trade.
So what asset class, if you will, sub asset class are AI meme coins most heavily correlated to? My assumption is they're not necessarily correlated to Bitcoin.
So what do you mean? So no, they're associated to AI coins. Near, Render, Injective, ICP, Internet Computer, stuff like that. That's all these like associated major alts that are AI focused. Like CoinMarketCap actually has a decent grouping of these like associated alts, and that's what I think they're closest in relation to. Like, dude, Render's gone on an absolute tear when you look at that. Like, up 13% on the 7-day, but that chart, dude, this thing's at 770. In the bear, this thing was sub $1. Like, this thing is nuts, dude. Like, that's yeah. January of last year, this thing was 40 cents. And
Yeah, I think they trade
just
more
AI
like
computing.
just alts, PO. They're alts. They're an alt sector. So like they're going to have very violent moves up over short periods of time. and then long periods of like chop and drawdown if they're not the meta.
Can we
right?
look at near? Can we look at near here? I know Easy is a big near guy. I don't. Kicks, do you have any exposure to near?
No. Maybe I got an airdrop and I sold it.
This is not interested.
No.
Okay.
Near is quite far from all of us.
No, they don't sponsor us. I just like it. Like, only blockchain that was at NVIDIA's conference. That to me is interesting. They do a lot of AI stuff and like predominantly a larger AI focused blockchain. So
there's
that's
Tau.
one for me.
Tau's
Tau's
an
alright.
AI blockchain.
Chris is a near whale.
Nick just got a kick out of an audience member having $200 in near. Had to bring it up. Kicks, do you have any exposure to any of this stuff, or are you just down in the depths?
Exposure to any of what stuff?
The bigger stuff, the majors of the sector.
No, like I own virtuals. They're priced the same as those coins relatively.
Okay.
But I like I like lower market cap when it comes to alts, just because they can go up more when they're a lower market cap. So like I own Hey Anon. That's been holding up very well. I
New
own
all-time high
Faye.
on Hey Anon.
I own new all-time high. Fuck yes, dude. That's music to my fucking ears.
People, so when this first came out, I think we all bought it within 48 hours of its release, if I'm not mistaken. Easy can correct me on that if I'm wrong, because it did just come out I think in the last 15 days. Easy, you're muted.
48 hours of their bridge. So it had been out for like a handful of days, if like 3 or 4 days. And then they created liquidity on Sol and Base. And we bought it on Base or Sol.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when this came out, obviously people like Easy pointed out hey, this is the Ohm dev. And I believe he's got one other big credit under his name besides Ohm.
He's
so
Time
mad
in
about
Wonderland.
Wait,
Wonderland founder.
Wonderland, there you go. And a lot of people were saying this is the easiest trade to make in the cycle. Like I saw a lot of chatter saying this is the easiest one. Look at the track record, and also look at how low the market cap is relative to some of these bigger coins.
Yeah.
You're seeing it hit an all-time high right now. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. It's I mean the founder narrative is very strong because like Daniel was like one of the main characters of the whole DeFi run. So he's one of those crypto founders that's like very good at like marketing, right? And very good at like capturing a narrative and being dominant in the narrative. He's a very good founder in terms of like getting attention on a project.
Yeah, traditional crypto, make the price go up, but there's no substance behind it.
And it was like an easy comp that like when this was at like 50 million or sub 50 million, and they're pretty much building the same thing as Griffin, and Griffin's sitting at 400. It's just like a very easy comp to be like, okay, strong founder, same tech, so undervalued.
What was that pair that Ray had pulled up? It wasn't relative to like ETH. Like what was that?
There's
pair?
a Solana pair, and then there's an ETH pair. So they basically bridge liquidity to
but what is
Solana
this?
and
What the fuck is Sonic?
It's another L2, I believe. But that's where it launched. So you can look at any pair. You can look at the base.
So Sonic is what FTM converted to, by the way. So FTM
which is
now
another
Sonic.
main character of DeFi, Andre.
I can't figure out how to trade this stupid thing. First,
you can buy it on Base or you can buy it on Solana.
Have you found the proof of me sending you the wrong CA or just you searching the wrong one?
No, Nick actually, this is the ironic thing is if Nick had Hey Anon, he'd be able to buy this easily because he'd just be able to say, Hey Anon, buy Hey Anon. I want 100 Sol of it. And then it would just buy it for him.
Nick,
you not being able to buy this easily is the use case for the token you're trying to buy.
I tried to trade it on the stupid, on Shuriken, Shriek, whatever the hell.
Shuriken is the
Shuriken!
Okay, Shuriken.
Kicks had the best performance of the
It
word.
said that it would have a 40% price impact.
You're probably trying to buy it on Base, which had absolute shit liquidity. So I went and
No,
bought it
he
on
bought
Solana
Super Anon.
No, you told me then to go buy this one, gave me the right token. I go on there, which is Base, as Kix said. Kix, what should I be doing in order to gain exposure, and am I too late?
I like it up to 500 million, so you're not too late. And
It's at 250.
Well,
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
so nice clean 2x from here. You can buy it on Solana. I'm sure the base liquidity has improved substantially since it's tripled in price since you tried last. So there's probably less slippage. But yeah, I had the same experience as you. I went to buy it on base. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to get slipped out 15 to 20%. So then I just looked at CoinGecko and I saw where the deepest liquidity was, and it was over on Solana. So I went and bought it on Solana.
I bought it on base. It looks like, according to BullX, and I know some of these figures could be wrong. On BullX, there's $146,000 of liquidity. Is that right, Ray?
I'm seeing 324 on the Uniswap pair. Some of those pools on the base side for BullX aren't necessarily.
It doesn't aggregate everything.
Yeah.
That's the one negative. It won't aggregate all the available pools.
Yeah, so I think that's just the Airdrop pool. It looks like both pools have over 300K of liquidity, so I'm not sure why it is giving you that lower liquidity. I don't know what pool.
Well, it has more liquidity now because it's quadrupled in price since he tried to buy it. So therefore, liquidity would have quadrupled.
Nobody can figure it out. No one can figure it out.
Yeah, what I do, dude, is I literally go to Coin.
I'll show you how to figure it out. I'll show you.
I go to CoinGecko, and you can see, okay, where's it trading the most? So it's trading on Radium. And on Radium, it has 22,000 in depth to go up and down 20%. So that's going to be the least amount of slippage for you.
Yeah, or if you're using Dex Screener, you just type in the ticker. You can look at the different liquidities on each pair. So I'm looking at Sol versus Radium, 1.1 million of liquidity. There's 3 different pools on base. So when you're trading on base, you need to pay attention to price and different liquidity depths.
But don't worry, Nick. The nice thing about Hey Anon is you'll be able to use it to buy these tokens, and it'll just do it for you, and it'll find you the best pool.
And I think part of the reason why this is catching so much,
Trader Fermi is so frustrated in the comments. Like, search Dex tools and filter for Solana. Has Nick never bought a token before? Jeez. It's like painful for him to watch this going down right now. He's just like, are you a complete fucking idiot? Bro, I've been trading since before you were born. Okay. So I just wanted you to know that because I'm that old. And then secondarily, there's liquidity issues associated with all the different things that I'm using here. And it's caused me to just lose money. I've been
That's great though, but guess what, Nick? Griffane, Hey Anon, Wayfinder, they're gonna solve all those problems for you. Easy will send you a ticker. You'll just paste the ticker into the LLM chat and say, buy me $10,000 worth of it. And it'll say, no problem, sir. Right away, sir.
The way that you're describing it is as though like a robot is going to come into my apartment and solve that within the next 6 months.
No, like literally, if you have access to Griffane right now, you could have typed in the contract and said, buy me 100 Sol of this, and it would have bought it for you.
Nick's trying to send a check to Radium. He's trying to send a physical check in the mail to Radium.
Do they have like a phone support I can hop on, and the customer support can lead me through the best liquidity pool options for me?
Nick's
Anyways, yeah, you fucking missed this trade. That sucks, dude. It was absolutely just clean, buttery 3x. That's okay, though. You didn't miss MLG. That was a nice, clean 10x. But yeah, and also
I missed most of it.
This circulating market cap's only $141 million. So if you think it can go to circulating as high as Griffane, then you still got a clean 3x from here.
I got a quick question for the panel. I'm going to name some tickers. They're all AI tickers. They're all in a little bit of a dip. I'm going to ask which one is the best buy. I'm going to present 5 tickers. Kicks,
okay.
Ready? Easy, you ready? Ray,
I'm ready.
Clemente, you can be ready too.
I'm going to comment on this also. Is there a record that, like, do we get to see who ends up winning this championship, and what do I get a trophy for winning?
I'm sure the audience will hold us accountable. I'm sure it'll be an open source collection of information.
The nice thing for Nick is he just has to say a token instead of actually trying to buy it. So his chances of winning this contest are a lot higher.
Here we go. Zerebro, Giga, Goat, X, Fartcoin.
Man, I hate all those coins. What's X?
X Combinator, a DAO on DAOs.fun.
Like Y Combinator? Like Project
similar,
X?
Yeah.
Did you just name all the coins you own?
Yeah.
I was gonna say he definitely went down his own coin list.
What? Where did this list come from?
Why did Giga get thrown in there?
Giga. I did not say Giga.
You
I
said
Yes,
Giga.
you did. It was your second coin.
As you said him.
Oh, I didn't mean to say Giga. Zerebro, Pump AI, Goat, X,
Okay.
Farcoin. I didn't mean to say Giga.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
I would go Fartcoin.
Cerebro, Pump, yeah, same here. Pump AI, X, and Fartcoin.
Yeah, I'm not longing any of these, but I'll do Fartcoin.
Give me Goat. I think Goat's the best value in terms of potential versus market cap risk adjusted return.
Is there any utility to the actual? No, I understand that question comes across as offensive to many people, but I am genuinely wondering: does it integrate with
To X?
anything?
No, it's pure
you
play meme
burn
coin.
tokens.
No. Goat.
No.
Pure play meme coin.
Yeah, all those are pure play meme coins except for X, which is a launch pad.
And except for Zeribo, they're launching a launch pad as well.
Are they? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was in their Q1 update. And they're also launching swarms and a couple other things.
Zerebro popular with what's the name? D Farmer. Is he out to lunch?
And the gays.
No, I don't think he's out to lunch. I just think that what they're building, they're in a competitive space. Because they're like trying to build a launch pad, trying to do swarm stuff, right? So they're trying to do a lot of different things. So they're like partially an AI XBT, they're partially trying to be like a virtuals, right? I just think that like once that type of coin gets in the 300 to 600 million range, it's just very competitive there. So like you're gonna have it's really a team bet at that point and a distribution bet. You're betting or hoping that they're going to be able to launch things that are very innovative or exciting. And so like people are gonna be like, this is sicker than virtuals, right? And then sure, it could re-rate from 400 million to 800 million to $1 billion. But I think for a lot of AI coins, like the 300 million to 600 million range can kind of be like a trap. You know, I think there's a lot of AI coins that are going to get to that area and they'll make their permanent all-time high in that area. So like, I personally don't love longing stuff in that range unless you have like a ton of conviction in the team or like where they are building towards and that they're going to have like a significant differentiator. Because also you just have to like look at just the pace of innovation and all of these new things that are coming out, right? Because like if you think about the launch pad, like at one point in time, Waifu, right, was like 150 to 180 million because it was like the only launch pad on Solana, right? So it was kind of like the competitor to virtuals on base. And it was like, okay, these guys could be dominant, right? But like I think that they made their top at the end of November and they haven't gotten back to that since, because since then you've seen a ton of launch pads come out on Solana that are competing with them. You have Clanker, you have Top Hat, right? You have a lot of different things coming out that are competing with them. So I just think that like there's a bet on like this is a new thing and therefore this new thing is going to have like a price run up, right? And that's like a lot of things Easy's buying, right? He's like buying them in like the $5 to $10 million range and trying to run them up to 60 or to 100 or something like that. And like the multiples there are very nice. I think a lot of coins after they do their run and they get to a couple 100 million or something like that, you need to have a lot of conviction in them to like think that they're going to go from 300 million to 600 million. Even then you're only getting a 2x out of the bag. You know,
I want to jump in here with a play that I made last night that kind of falls in this category. I shared this in the Bodogos Discord's AVA. Essentially, my thought process here in this market cap range is they are part of this Hollow World AI launchpad that's coming on Abstract. So I think Abstract X AI is going to be very interesting because if you know Saigar, he's one of the lead devs on Abstract, and he's been very deep in the AI space lately. He's been contributing to the Eliza GitHub. He's been paying attention to virtuals, and this is going to be one of the first like AI kind of like infrastructure plays on Abstract. Basically, what they do is they power 2D and 3D avatars for agents. So they basically give agents like a digital body. I made this play last night strictly on like speculation that Abstract / AI, the attention goes there, and then this is like the token that would benefit from that play.
And why are they focusing on avatars for Asians as opposed to like whites and blacks? Is it just easier to design?
Dude, you've run that joke about 17 times, dude.
Sorry.
Yeah, and then the thing that makes it like more interesting with token pressure is that they're basically rewarding.
If you got a gay
the
joke,
stickers,
it's okay.
Okay.
in terms of like access to token distributions on Abstract. So I think this trade isn't complete yet, and people are still going to be trying to like FOMO in to have exposure to AI on Abstract, which I think is going to be a pretty big thing. So I just wanted to highlight that while we're talking about these mid caps and just a play that I made last night.
You got to love the power of Solana, though. It's like this is an Abstract AI play, and where can you buy it? On Solana off of Pump Fund.
Yeah, exactly. It's just funny how that
but
works.
You're right, dude. This has been like probably one of the better trades you could have taken in January, right? It's gone on a hell of a run, and tapping 200. I also, Ray, I like to see coins that have strength when the market's weak, right? So like, what are catching bids right now, right? And you can see on this chart that like it is definitely still catching the bids. Whereas like charts that are getting deleted right now and aren't like retracing heavily off of this Bitcoin rally because Bitcoin's trying to tap 96. If the coins aren't showing strength here, then what the market's telling you is that there's just not people bidding it. And so it's like it's kind of an easy tell, right? Once again, hey, Anon just tapped all-time highs. Ava just tapped all-time highs, which is showing that there's a lot of buying pressure behind these coins, which I think is a good sign from the market.
Last question before we wrap. Which of these coins would you cut then, since everyone was not a fan of the set of coins? Zerebro, Pump AI, X, Goat.
Are you holding any?
Not going to cut Farcoin.
I was just saying, you're not holding any of the other M3 stuff. I'd cut Pump AI.
Easy. What was your comment?
Pump AI I would cut.
Kicks?
Yeah, I'd either go with
Pump only because I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, I think either that or Goat.
Wow.
Yeah, like Goat. I think Goat can do like rallies since it's so depressed in price, but I think that like Goat is sort of kind of fading into relevance versus Farcoin.
Tanuj Thakur agrees with you.
Yeah, that's my homie. We went to college together. He was my roommate sophomore year.
Nick, you were talking a lot of smack about Easy's keyboard, but I hear a lot of stickiness that you're taking out of your desk. Something's going on over there, and it's rubbing off on your mic. I just wanted to make that comment before we wrapped.
Maybe he has some tree sap.
Sorry.
Maybe you got a little tree sap.
I tried putting a protector screen on my phone, and it all got messed up. But here we are.
It's fine because he's ready to start clicking, man. He's gonna start buying stuff, man. He's gonna start getting in and start buying the shit. But yeah,
on the phone mid show is super interesting here. Scraping it out with the plastic thing.
Yeah,
I was trying to clear out.
I've shared a chart. Pio, it's your favorite chart.
Okay,
it's the Bitcoin chart.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw in November it went above the moving average band, which is interesting, and now we're seeing kind of that chop here. Last time we got above the band was right here, and then we went into like a 7-month kind of chop before the pump. That's why I was counting with my hands earlier, because I was going, okay, there's 7 here. So if it followed the same thing, which I'm not saying it is, it would be like May when this pumps again. But who knows what happens? But I could see Bitcoin ranging for a little bit of a period of time, which I think could set up a very nice alt season. So I think AI fits into the alt season very well. I think some NFTs, some gaming, some chains. There's a potential setup for a very strong alt season. And the reason why I'm saying that is, for example, once again, look across the board and see how some of these alts are pumping way more violently than Bitcoin off of Bitcoin's rally. They're making new all-time highs. And we haven't had a good alt season for a very long period of time. outside of AI recently.
think
So I
that-
think, yeah.
Do you think the election, well, not the post-election, Trump getting into office has any impact at all?
On price of crypto in general?
Yeah.
Like, sure. I think it'll have some price. I mean, I think it'll be more just like correlation to macro bullishness or bearishness, meaning like you'll probably see the same moves in crypto as well. I'm not sure he does anything in his first like 3 months that's like, oh, Bitcoin goes to 150K because he said this thing or whatever. I think if he invades Greenland with the ability to set up very cheap Bitcoin mining on Greenland, I think that could be bullish for Bitcoin. But other than that, no, I don't know. I think it's just going to move based on just the overall macro bullishness or bearishness. We've seen some tech rollover for like the past month or two. So if tech starts catching a bid, that's always very good for Bitcoin.
Someone asked if Nick is a Crip. What's up with the jacket? Oh wow, he threw his C's up. That's this is gonna get demonetized on YouTube for gang related imaging. Anyway, look, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. It's Wednesday, January 8th. We'll be back on tomorrow and the next day. We do the show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern time each and every week. Talking all things crypto and now these days AI coins. Make sure you subscribe. If you want to listen to the audio podcast, it's an easy user interface if you're on the go. Just look up the Daily Bone podcast on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. And of course, subscribe on YouTube. We know we have a lot of people watching on YouTube right now, but there's some people that aren't aware of the YouTube. Just look up the Daily Bone podcast on YouTube if you actually want to watch the show and experience it as a subscriber on YouTube.
Get boned.
And shout out to Easy, who's been crushing January. So make sure you buy a Bodago if you don't have one. Hop in the Discord. You're going to be able to follow the Lisan Al Gaib in some of his meme coin, altcoin, AI trades, which have been, some would say monstrous.
Got it. Anyway, that's our show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for listening. Ray's going to play that.